There's a new fear in the air, different from the old ones. It isn't the fear of failing. It isn't the fear of falling short. It's the fear of no longer being needed. You open the news, and you read that a machine already writes, already draws, already calculates, already decides, already does, in seconds, what took you years to learn. And somewhere in your chest, a quiet question appears, almost without words. If a machine can do my work, then what am I? Maybe you felt this already. Maybe you're feeling it right now. And it's worth pausing here for a moment, because that question is older than it seems. Somewhere along the way, without noticing, we learned an equation. That our worth is what we produce. That we're worth what we deliver, what we output, how useful we are. When you were a child, no one asked what you produced. You simply existed, and that was enough. But we grew up, and at some point the question changed. It stopped being, "Who are you?" and became, "What do you do?" Notice how we introduce ourselves. I'm a doctor. I'm a teacher. I'm a driver. We say, "I am," to name what we do, as if the role and the person were the same thing. Notice where that equation shows up. On Sunday night, when the weight returns before Monday even arrives. In the question, people ask the moment they meet you, "So, what do you do?" As if the answer said everything that needs to be said about you. And notice the ones who have just retired. So many people, after decades of work, sit at home and feel a strange emptiness. It isn't missing the task. It's the feeling of having lost their place, as if, without the function, there were less of a person left. Slowly, life taught us to confuse what we do with what we're worth, and no one noticed the exact moment it happened. And that's why this fear hurts so much. Because when a machine learns your task, it feels like it's learning to take your place in the world. But maybe this is where we need to see things differently. A machine can repeat what you do. That's true. But what you do was never who you are. Work is something that passes through your hands. It isn't the root that holds your life. The function is external. On loan, it can arrive one day and leave the next. It was always like this. Retirement already took it away. Illness already took it away. A crisis already took it away. The machine only made visible a truth that was always there. That whatever can be taken from you was never truly you. Think of Helena. For almost 30 years, she translated books, letters, documents. She spent her nights searching for the exact word, the one that carried not just the meaning, but the soul of the sentence. It was what she did, and little by little, it became all she thought she was. When the programs began to translate on their own, in seconds, Helena felt something go dark inside her. If a machine does in a minute what takes me a week, then what did I serve for all my life? She spent months in that emptiness. Until one afternoon, at a friend's birthday, someone introduced her like this. "This is Helena, the most present person I know. When my father was dying, she was the one who stayed." No one mentioned the translating. They spoke about who she was when no one was paying her for it. And Helena understood something she had forgotten. The machine learned to translate words, but it never learned to stay. It never learned to miss someone. It never learned to hold a hand at 3 in the morning. Nearly 2,000 years ago, a man named Epictetus was already saying something similar. He divided the world into 2 parts, the things that depend on us, and the things that don't. The title, the recognition, the role, all of that, he said, is external, on loan, not truly ours. What is truly ours is only the way we live, how we treat others, who we choose to be. And that no machine, no crisis, no passing of time can automate. Maybe you're wondering what to do with all this. It isn't to stop working. It isn't to pretend the fear doesn't exist. It's to re-anchor. Every time the question comes back, what if I'm no longer needed? Notice where you anchored your worth. If it rests only on what you produce, it will always be at risk. But look at what no one can copy. The way you listen, your presence in a room, the way certain people miss you, the unrepeatable way you move through the world. Try something simple. At the end of the day, instead of asking what you produced, ask who you touched. A word that calmed someone. A moment of listening no one saw. A presence that produced nothing and still mattered. None of that shows up on a resume. And none of that will a machine ever learn. One day, perhaps, a machine will do what you do. But no one will laugh the way you laugh. No one will be missed by the ones who miss you. No one will be present the way only you are present. Your worth was never your work. It was the whole life behind it. And that no machine will ever learn.